get to his seat first of all. Great to have you all here at the Outernet in London. Thank you so much for joining us in this very special occasion with the fans present as well, our media assemble. We're going to start with Ogura though, because he does sit second in the World Championship. He's on 194 points, 14 behind the championship leader, Jorge Martin. And your results in the last 3 rounds, second, a win, second place. You carried so much momentum into that summer break. How can you ensure that you continue that fine form into this second half of the season, starting with the British Grand Prix?
Hopefully, yes. Definitely, that's our target. As you said, first half of the season for us has been really good. So, our target is going to be try to reach a similar result in the second half, so we'll see.
Silverstone is a fast-flowing circuit. Many people say it should suit your bike, the Aprilia, the kind of track that seems to suit it and its DNA. Is it a track you've been looking forward to?
Not really. I mean, the track layout is okay, but we always struggle in a cold conditions. So it's going to be challenging weekend for us, but as you see last year, Bez won a race with a big gap, so hopefully the bike suits to the tracks, and hopefully we can be competitive, but we don't know. So
it's practically tropical weather here at the moment. Hey, I just wondered what represents for you then a good result of the British Grand Prix, thinking now that you are in the championship contention. What's a good weekend at the British Grand Prix for you look like?
I don't know, let's say if we can reach top 6 in the race, in the main race, it will be a good weekend for us. So
let's see what happens if your form can continue that we saw before the summer break. Bez, welcome back. Great to have you back here with us. I think it deserves a round of applause. Good to see you here with us. First question has to be, how are you after injury, after surgery? How are you feeling?
Hi everyone. Thanks for the warm welcome. I feel not too bad. Of course, it's been a tough summer break. Not the one that I wanted, but of course, I'm still not 100% because the shoulder feels not too bad, but also my left knee was injured. So we will see. I'm very happy to be here. So we will see how it feels tomorrow on the bike.
Obviously you have to pass a medical before you given the green light to go. But I bet Silverstone holds some really special memories for you. Of course, you won the race here last year. So what chances have you got heading into the weekend of repeating that this year?
At the moment, not many, unfortunately. I think, of course, this track is super special to me. I really like the layout, and last year I had a very good race, a very good weekend. But this year we come here with a different mentality, of course, because of the situation. So I'm not really thinking still too much about the performance. I'm just thinking about trying to go on the bike, see how it feels. Then for sure, if I feel good, I will try. But this, I will know the answer only tomorrow.
The opening races showed just how strong you and Aprilia can be. Obviously, the period since Mugello became much more difficult. What have you learned from that sequence of races, that sequence of weekends?
Well, normally you always learn more from the tough moments. So it's true that it's been a very good start and then a tough part just before the break. But with my team, I have a very good and strong relationship. So they've been close to me, and I tried always my best at home and at the races to make the best job that I can. So basically, I will keep doing this till the end and always fighting.
Well, hopefully you feel okay on the bike this weekend. All the best for the weekend ahead. Pedro, good to have you back with us. I see you've been spending the summer, I see you've been spending the summer growing some sideburns like Remy Gardner that you've got going down the side of your face there. How was your summer spent after a mixed first half to the season?
Well, happy to be back. At the end, it's true that the first part of the season was overall not so bad. It's true that we have a lot of technical problems around, and maybe we go a bit back in the fight for the championship. But it's a surprise that we are not that back, or that bad for this. Let's try to get a good weekend in Silverstone. Last year was tough, but maybe this year could be much better.
Obviously, you mentioned technical problems there. What did you identify, you and KTM, during the summer break that needs improving now heading into the second half of the season?
Well, being honest, this summer break, I was just focused to chill a bit and try to forget all the problems that we had. And KTM was working quite hard. It's true that, like I say, if the second half of the season we just try to don't have these technical issues, maybe we can try to get back in the fight for the top position of the championship.
If there's one place that things can be unpredictable, it's Silverstone. 11 different winners in the last 11 seasons. So what has to come together for you to be able to fight at the front this weekend?
I think have to happen a miracle, But at the moment, we just have to try to be inside this top 5. Like I say, we are not that far from the face of the championship for this. Now we have to keep believing, try to make good races. Now it's true that after Silverstone, like I said, like last year was our toughest racing whole calendar. Arrive track that will be more positive for us for this. Try to stay alive until we go to Asia.
Pedro, thanks for now. We'll get the media to ask a few questions in just a moment. We're going to head on to Diogo Moreira, our rookie, of course, reigning Moto2 world champion. 11 rounds down of your first season in Motogp. So during that summer break, how did you spend your time? Was it chilling like Pedro, or were you focused on coming back for this second half even stronger than you started?
Yeah, so hello everyone. Yeah, at the end, I was trying to make, some reset and try to forget a bit the MotoGP world, but it was difficult. No, I was just 1 week with the family on the beach, and at the end I was already thinking on the bike. No, so it was difficult, but I think we are super ready to come back and try to be focused on this last part of the season. So yeah, I'm super happy to be back.
Considering how that first half of the season, we saw you fighting for top spots, particularly early on in races. What are your focuses now for this second half of the year?
Yeah, it's difficult, no, because at the end we need to start the weekend and see where we are, no, with the Hondas. We're gonna have some good races, and for sure it will be also a difficult weekend for us, no, but. Let's see here, will be a start from zero again, so we need to be calm and try to enjoy the weekend.
You battled for the win here in Moto2 last year. What about this circuit, the layout and suiting your bike? We know in some of the tighter circuits it's worked better for you. What do you expect from yourself and the Honda at Silverstone?
Yeah, I mean, I like to ride here. I like the layout, so I hope to fight for top 10 in the sprint and also the main race. So let's see. We need to try to work and try to enjoy the weekend.
Diogo, all the best for the weekend. Thanks for talking to us. On the other end, Diogo's teammate for this weekend, of course, is Cal Crutchlow. What's going on? What's going on? How does it feel to be sat here again, sat in a press conference in London, promoting the British Grand Prix, speaking to us all here again? You weren't expecting that, were you, 3 months ago?
Well, no, nor were you, Gav. It's a privilege. It's a privilege to be asked by LCR, by Honda, to come back for these races while Johan is unfortunately recovering from an injury, but. Yeah, as I said, it's an absolute privilege to be here, to be back at Silverstone as well, a great iconic circuit, somewhere that I've had some fantastic results over my career, and great support. So, but yeah, being in a press conference again is a little strange. having to speak to you, Gav, on a weekly basis again. But it's been fun. It's been fun, and there's no reason why we can't continue that this weekend in Silverstone to have fun again, enjoy riding the bike, and as I said, pleasure.
Silverstone obviously always means something special for the British riders. We saw the induction of Barry Sheen. We know he had some historic moments at the circuit over the years. They've extended their deal for another 2 years. We saw that this morning. What memories do you have of the British Grand Prix, of racing there? It's been mixed, hasn't it, over the years for you?
Yeah, it's been mixed. I definitely know the medical centre very, very well. But yeah, obviously it's 10 years ago now that I was on the podium at my home Grand Prix, which was a real special moment. But I've had some great races there, some enjoyable races. I've always had, as I said, great support over the years. And as I said before, an iconic circuit. It's got absolutely everything that we want as motorcycle racers around a track. It's got slow corners, fast straights, fast corners, whatever you want, and always there's the weather to throw in over the weekend. With it being an old airfield, the wind rips through it. So I think you can expect a great Grand Prix. These guys at the front of Moto Grand Prix this year are really, really pushing the boundaries, really, really flying. And we see in the championship it's so close. So we look forward to seeing everybody there this weekend and putting on a good show.
I wonder, Cal, have you been able to, I remember speaking to you when you first came back, have you been able to prepare now with a bit of a summer break? Physically, the demands of riding a MotoGP bike, we know, have gone on to another level at the moment. Have you been able to do anything over those 3 weeks of summer to prepare yourself, knowing that you were going to be back here? Joanna slated in September as a return, but have you been able to do anything to prepare yourself?
Not really.
I saw you boating, doing a bit of yachting.
Yeah, you like my yacht. I bought a new yacht. So it's very, very difficult, Gav. Obviously I'm racing against kids at my age. So it's not necessarily the physicality of it. I think it's just the time away from the sport. It's difficult. I try to explain it to some people about a footballer. They take off their boots for a couple of years and then suddenly they come back and play in the Premiership. It doesn't work like that. It's not that easy. So over the races, I think that we've improved a lot and gained some pace, which was the main thing that we needed. And I feel more comfortable on the bike. So hopefully this weekend will be another step in that direction.
It's great to have you here. The fans are going to love having a British rider to cheer on this week. And ladies and gentlemen, Cal Crutchlow for now. I want to ask all the riders, though, a little bit about Silverstone because they have extended a deal for another 2 years. Maybe we start with you as the highest rider in the championship. It is a circuit fast and flowing. We've seen 11 different winners in the last 11 editions of the Grand Prix, including Marco, of course, last year. What is it? What's for you about the Silverstone circuit? What makes it special? What is it about the circuit that you like? Is there something that you can like? Be honest,
there's one thing that I like about the Silverstone track is long lap and less laps. That's my favorite point of the British Grand Prix.
It is the longest circuit on the MotoGP calendar, 3 2/3 of a mile. Come on, Bez, you're going to have some things to say about Silverstone. They've extended for 2 years. Why do we get so many different winners over the years at Silverstone? What is it that makes it that little bit unique?
Because the weather condition is always a bit strange here, so this can change a lot the behavior of the bikes. But also, as Cal said before, it's super complete as a track, so has fast and flowing part, hard brakings, a lot of change of direction, fast straights. So at the end, there's everything for every bike. And it's very easy to have a very balanced classification, between the different manufacturers. So personally, I really like this track. So I'm happy that we'll stay 2 more years, hopefully more.
Pedro, what about yourself and the Silverstone circuit? You said you need a miracle, but do you enjoy racing at the circuit itself?
Yeah, it's not the track that I get my best result during my career in the championship, but it's true that the fans around the paddock are quite cool. Also, like Marco says, the weather is quite strange for this. Always give you a new opportunity, you know, the next day. For this, for me, the best thing anyway will be still being the fans, you know. It's quite cool to see how many passion the fans around the paddock have for MotoGP.
Diogo, is there anywhere around the circuit, any particular corner, any part of the track that you enjoy racing at?
I mean, it's true. Like I like the layout, and also last year I was fighting for the victory in Moto2. But it's like they say, the weather here is a bit tricky. So I mean, we are me and Cal. We are on the back of the group, but we can fight for the victory, you know, if it start to rain or something. So at the end, is a good race, no? And also for watch, I think is nice. But it's like I said before, I like the layout, so I enjoy to ride here.
And Cal, a couple more years here, still be going in 2028? Still be up for it then?
If there's no British rider again, I'll have to come back and do another British Grand Prix. But maybe in like a support class, you know, one of the kids' support classes I'll do. But no, it's as we said, you know, it's a great circuit, one that holds for me many memories. And you know, if there's a section of the circuit that I love, it's, you know, the Maggots-Beckett section. It's hard work on a MotoGP bike, but it's, you know, once you get it right, it's one of them great sections of a circuit all around the world.
What's it going to be like with the aero as well?
Yeah, I'll tell you tomorrow afternoon, Gav. Or Sunday afternoon after 20 laps of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, I can imagine. Look, Cal, as the elder statesman here, I think it's only fair to ask you, just looking at MotoGP today, we talked about the top 5 covered by just 24 points. Even Pedro, 7th in the championship, just 60 points behind, you know, with 11 rounds still to go, so much still to play for. When you've come back to racing now here this year, what stands out for you as having changed over these recent years?
Yeah, honestly speaking, the bikes are not so different to when I was testing a few years ago. So that hasn't made, you know, that the bikes have evolved, don't get me wrong, but not to the extent that everybody thinks they have. I think the riders are just pushing the limits more. You know, I think that they're willing to take more risks, let's say, to win races and win the championship. And the depth of field is massive. You know, the guy at the back can win the race, a certain race over the year. It's like that. You know, you don't know what is going to happen at the next Grand Prix. Maybe one manufacturer's strong at one race, maybe one rider's strong at the next. You know, so it all evens out very, very well. So I think MotoGP has done a great job with that over the last, let's say, 12 years to come to this point, because when we started to, at one point we had the CRT and we went to the unified electronics, where everyone was on the same electronics, and that's what's brought today where it is, where the depth of field is so strong and everything is so close. So yeah, it's not easy to come into it, and it's not easy to be a full-time rider in it either, because you don't know one week whether you're going to win or next week you're going to finish 12th, let's say. But it's great for the entertainment value and the people watching at home and the fans that come to the track. So all credits to MotoGP to be able to bring that to them every week.
So we are going to hear from the media. We're going to ask some questions in a second. I just want to fire one final thing to, shall we say, the championship contenders, the people who are in the title fight. Mentioned Pedro, 7th in the championship, 60 points behind. Marco, we know that you're sitting now 4th in the championship, but still well in it. I in second place, just 14 behind. Pedro, 11 rounds still to go, 407 points still on the table in MotoGP. Do you still feel you are in this championship and you have a chance there if you can pick up a few results of getting involved in the title fight?
Not being honest. I mean, at the end, we just need to focus ourselves to don't fuck up. And then I think at the end of the year, we will be closer than what we expect. At the end, you know how many problems we had during this first half of the year. And like you say, we are not that far, you know, for this. At the end, we need now to try to don't make mistakes, try to be more focused than ever, because I think we are much closer than what we can even imagine at the beginning of the year.
Bez, fourth in the championship, 22 points behind your teammates. Jorge, as we said earlier, you showed what you were capable of early on. In these remaining 11 races now, how do you balance the need for consistency with risk-taking in terms of the rewards that brings in the championship?
It's super important to be consistent. It's true. It's also true that in this with this format, with the sprint and the GP in the same weekend, the amount of points that you can gain or lose very quickly is a lot. So yeah, will be super important to try to be consistent, try to be competitive through all the races. I'm sure everyone will be super tough, but I think I can try to be in the mix.
And finally, many people are now tipping you as a championship challenger. How does that sit with you? How does that change things for you in this second half of the season? Do you think people will race you differently now?
No, I don't think so. I'm not a rider who's winning every time, so no. Our target is to be in the championship fight till the end of the season, and the main target for us is just do our ride and do our job. So we'll concentrate on our job every weekend. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I want to give the opportunity to our media that we've got assembled here at the Outernet in London to ask a few questions. If you've got any questions, please shove your hands up and we'll get a microphone over to you. I think we've got Mr. Adam Wheeler might be able to give us a question.
Hi guys, Adam Wheeler from the Paddock Pass podcast. 2 questions. The first one to everybody. Could you explain to the fans what's the key to Silverstone to making like the best speed for the race?
Should we start with you, as the Iceland Championship?
That's something I want to know, and I've never been really strong in Silverstone track, so I don't know. I will ask the Bez later, but I don't know.
Bez?
Basically, like every track, I mean, it's true that every track is different, but to try to go fast, you just have to make everything in the best way possible. So try to brake late, open the throttle earlier, make the correct lines. This track is super complicated because all the corners are one next to the other one. So if you miss one line, then you miss maybe 5-6 corners. So probably the most important thing in this track is try to get on the right place.
Pedro?
Yeah, for me, maybe the key will be to feel that you are slow when you are fast, you know. Normally, I always make mistake in these flowing sections, you know. For this, normally I feel that I'm too fast, but then the lap time don't come. For this year, I would try to feel that I'm riding quite more slow, let's say.
Diogo?
I don't know. I mean, it's my first year in Motogp here, so at the end I need to learn this track. It's a difficult track to find this flow. But at the end, I think if you find this flow during these laps, you can be super fast. So at the end, it's just try to find the flow.
Have you got the secret to Silverstone, Cal?
Definitely not. I think following Marco will be the best secret for everyone. Especially now he's got a sore collarbone, he might be calm. I might be able to follow him for half a session. But yeah, Silverstone, as we were discussing, it's a tricky track because you need to. Everything flows together. You miss one corner, you've messed the next 5 up. So it's about rhythm. and making sure that every one of those corners that lead into the next are perfect, because if not, you're in, you've lost in that whole sector and maybe even into the next sector.
And then secondly, Cal, what's your opinion on this event? Is this the sort of thing that Motogp needs to be doing more frequently to make the sport grow? Do we need to be going to more sort of city centres, getting away from the track, enticing more public this way?
Well, I think it's a great event, It's something different than just sitting in the press conference at the circuit speaking to you guys there. So definitely, MotoGP, Silverstone, and the organisers thinking outside the box, doing stuff like this. Absolutely, it's great to be able to see other people be able to listen to us directly talking about a sport that we're so passionate about, and also the journalists that come week in, week out are passionate about as well. So why not? I'm sure it's a logistical nightmare for Dorna and for MotoGP. So to be able to put it on is very, very special, and yeah, I just won't be in any more of them, that's sure.
Never say never. All right, have we got any more questions? Media, please put your hands up if you do have any. Oh, there we are. That's a familiar face.
Hello, yeah, Jack Appleyard, MotoGP.com. Firstly, for Diogo, we've had confirmation in the summer break that David Alonso is going to be moving up to Honda next year, but without any confirmation in what team. So what do you know about that situation, and how much is that going to be on your mind? In the second half of the year?
For sure it will be like this all the weekend, not this question. But at the end, we are in the same situation. We are waiting. But I mean, I don't need to think on this. I think we have many more important things to think. And at the end, we need to make our job, during the season, and try to be focused this weekend. And let's see, will be for sure any news soon.
And one for Cal as well on a similar topic, confirmation that Fabio is going to be moving to Honda. Obviously, during your time as Yamaha test rider, you will have got to know him quite well. You've also spent a lot of time at Honda. So what do you make of that partnership going forward next year?
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I know the way Fabio rides. I also know his character, his personality. He wants to win. Honda want to win. There's no reason why that won't be, let's say, a match made in heaven. I think it's a good move for both. For Honda to go and grab a world champion like Fabio, and the way he rides, I think he'll do very, very well. And for Fabio to go to a team that wants to come back to the winning ways, I think it'll be exciting. I think it's exciting for a lot of the championship, the moves that have gone on, let's say. But Fabio's a great rider. Probably one of talent-wise, really, really up there on the grid, and he works hard as well. So I can see that being a good combination, let's say.
Yeah, definitely exciting times at Honda next year. We've got a question from in the middle.
Yeah, Ashley Hambley, MotoGP News. Question from Marco. I was just wondering, over the summer break, did you have any sort of communications with Valentino about how to kind of get your title fight back on track?
Yeah, I saw him, I spoke to him, but being completely honest, we didn't really spoke too much about the championship at the moment, because we didn't thought about it too much. My physical condition was the main item, let's say. So of course I spoke to him, I stayed with him, and it's always good to spend some time with him, but we will speak hopefully about the championship after seeing how I feel on the bike.
Do we have any more questions from the media down here that we've assembled? I want to ask one question actually to Pedro. Actually, I saw you over at NASCAR over the weekend. Obviously, we're trying to do something a little bit different here. What did you enjoy about your weekend over in the States? What you saw there?
Well, normally when I go to America, I really enjoy, but I mean, see cars that was looking like my van, go like 360 or 220 miles per hour, was quite impressive. Sure, a nice experience, Also, I had time to visit Indianapolis. That was a track that I never been before. It was quite cool, being honest.
That's good to hear. Glad you enjoyed it. Right, we're going to try and get some of our fans to ask a few questions here. So, have we got any fans who want to ask questions of the MotoGP riders that we've got here? What's your name and who's your question for?
Hi, my name is Udit. The question is for Marco. I wanted to know, how have you prepared for the second half of the season to win the championship? Thank you.
Well, during the summer break, as I said before, I tried to recover in the best way possible. So never stop to train and to try as well. Yeah, to try to recover. Basically, I did this all the summer. So gym every day. And unfortunately, I could also try the bike one day before coming here. So was a very, very nice emotions on the bike. Much better than the gym, for sure. But basically this.
Thank you very much for your question. We've got a couple of Pedro Acosta fans in the house here. They've got all the gear on. Question for Pedro, I'm guessing.
For Pedro, you've been with KTM for so many years. Are you sad to be leaving the team at the end of the season? We're hoping you'll take your first MotoGP win this year.
Yeah, that for sure. I mean, still many races to go. Also, like I said before, I think we will have much better tracks than in the first part of the season, because normally when we go to Austria, Misano, and also Asia, normally we make a step. But in other hand, it's true that we don't have to forget all the mistake and all the technical issues that we have in the first part of the year. For this, now is moment to try to improve and try to arrive to the end of the year with the maximum level that we can to try to, first of all, try to fight for this first victory, but also try to be as close as this top 3 of the championship that we are not so far.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your question as well. Good to see Pedro fans. Right, a question from here.
Yes, hi, it's Denver Biggs out of South Africa. Just a quick question to all the guys. We've been trying to get, obviously, the GP back to South Africa. What are you guys' feelings about it?
Good. I don't know if any of the... Have you ever ridden in South Africa? I've ridden Kyle Lamy. I've ridden Kyle Lamy, and I like Kyle Lamy. He was a good circuit at altitude, so the bikes were really slow. But yeah, great place to visit. A good circuit when I did it on the Superbike many years ago now. But yeah, why not take it back to South Africa also?
All right, we've got some more questions. See hands being shoved up around here, around the front, just around the front there, if you want to get the camera across when we can. There we are.
Hello. My question's for I. You said that you expect to get about a top 6 this weekend, so which 5 riders do you expect to be in front of you?
Okay, who are you going to be battling with this weekend, I, for the top 6?
Jorge, Marco, and Marc, Raul, and I don't know, one more. Carl, probably.
We've got another question down there. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Georgie, and my question's for Pedro. Obviously, you're leaving KTM at the end of this year. Are you hoping to get your first win in MotoGP with KTM, or are you looking towards the future more?
I mean, until the end of the year, I'm in KTM. I will give everything I had in the hands to take this very big story. But like I say, I mean, at the moment it's quite tough. We have 4 really strong Aprilias, other 5 or 6 strong Ducatis around for this. At the moment, being honest, it's quite difficult to get it. I hope that before end the year, the opportunity arrive. But even not, I will be super happy if we close the distance to the top 3 of the championship. Like I say, I think we should stay much more closer without the mistake that we did, but you cannot change the past for this. Now it's time to try to keep going with the good job that we are doing, and like I said, try to be as close as we can to this top 3.
Thanks very much for your question. Right, we've got a young man at the front, looks ready for MotoGP. He's the right size anyway. What's your name? How old are you?
I'm Lewis and I'm 8 years old.
Who's your question for then, Lewis? Thank you for coming.
Bezzecchi.
What would you like to ask Marco?
How does it feel going fast on a bike?
How does it feel to go fast on a bike? I tell you what, Silverstone's a good place to find out.
Yeah, feels very good. Feels very, very good. It's super fun.
Thank you very much, Lewis, for your question. We have got one more question, have we, at the back? Okay.
This one's for Diogo. What are your personal goals or achievements you'd like to achieve? What's your name? Stanley. What would you like to achieve in your first season as a rookie in the Premier class?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, rookie of the season. We are fighting with Terpuruk. And, I just want to enjoy this first season because at the end it's difficult to enjoy if you are on the back. No, when I arrive in the box and I see the TV, we are always top 15 and top 10. We are super good, no? So just I need to find this flow on the track and try to enjoy this year, and we'll see next year. I hope to fight for the championship.
Right, we've got time for a couple more questions. I believe there's one down the front here.
Hi, my question is to Diego, Pedro, and Crutchlow, because Bezzecchi and Ogura already won a race, right? So you know that the previous 11 races were won by 11 different riders. How you thought of winning this one? Because this year we are having a 12 winner, you know? So have you thought of any special celebration for this year, for this race?
Well, like I say, I need a miracle, for this. I hope, but will be difficult, being honest. At the end, I think we will have much easier track to get this victory compare Silverstone, because sooner we go to Austria, to Misano, that normally fits a bit better for the KTM characteristics. But anyway, never say never.
Diogo, can you dream?
I hope. I mean, will be super difficult. I know we need to think on realistic results, and but we never know. I will fight for sure, but right now we need to think in different things.
Cal, what needs to happen?
How many's on the grid? 22. So I need 21 miracles. He said he needs a miracle. I need 21. Yeah, it's not going to happen, mate. I'll just be honest, but I'll try. Of course, I will try. We're all there. There's always a chance. If you're on the starting grid, there's always a chance. But I'll be just trying to improve from the last races, and I'll be very, very happy with that.
Right, one final question. I believe we've got right at the front there another Bez fan, perhaps.
My question's for Marco Bezzecchi. With the chances of Ogura and Marquez fighting for championship, do you think you have your chance of first title with Aprilia, or do you think you need to go somewhere else?
I don't understand, sorry.
Do you think you have a chance of your first title with Aprilia with the chances of Marquez fighting for one?
So you're going to have to fight I and Marc for the championship this year. Are you confident, basically, of fighting for the title this year still?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's true that it's not will not be easy, especially right now. But yeah, for sure, I will try my best to at least be able to fight till the end, and then we will see if close to the final rounds of the championship I will be still in the fight. Then for sure I will have an extra motivation to try to be able to fight with them. At the moment, it's true that we are already halfway to the championship, but halfway means that is still very long. So let's try to make a decent comeback here in Silverstone. And then we will have a bit more time to fix the last detail on my body. And then from Aragon, for sure, will be a war.
Bez, thank you so much. Thanks to all of you fans for coming here, first of all, but thanks for your questions as well. That is all we've got time for from the riders. Before we say goodbye to them, I'd like to, as always, get you all to stand up for a photo all together. A reminder, practice starts tomorrow morning. Let's give them all a round of applause if we can as well. For coming down here to London, here to the Outernet, ahead of this weekend's British Grand Prix, which kicks off at Silverstone tomorrow morning with our practice. Then, of course, we have the sprint on Saturday afternoon after qualifying and our race on Sunday at lunchtime, a 1 p.m. start for the race time on Sunday. Can we get them, all the riders, can we get you to turn around, maybe to be standing in front of the fans? I think Diego wants a photo with all the fans together that we've got here at the Outernet. We'll try and work it out. Maybe if the fans could give us a big cheer as well about having the MotoGP riders in the heart of London ahead of this weekend's British Grand Prix. Thanks to Crutchlow, thanks to Pedro Acosta, thanks to Diogo Moreira, Marco Bezzecchi and Ogura. That's all we've got from here at the Outernet in London. Let's hope that we get a big crowd at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix this weekend. Thank you so much everyone for coming. Have a great British Grand Prix.